Hello guys, it's Coaster Review here, and I'm going to be talking about my top 10 B&M inverts on the east coast of the US, because I've not went anywhere else. So, anyways, B&M inverts are some of the best models, of course, with there being, well, a lot of them, and almost all of them are very good, to say the least. Very forceful rides, some are pretty whippy, and, overall, they're a very good coaster model. And guys, put down in the comments below what your top 10 is before, I tell you my top 10. Because I have one on 10 B&M inverts, so it's almost perfect for a list like this. Of course, Anyways, let's get into the video, but remember, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Coaster Review. Anyways, let's get into the list. At number 10 is the worst B&M invert, in my opinion, which is Town at Dorney Park. Town at Dorney Park is pretty forceless. Like, there is like a few, there's a few decently forceful elements, but compared to any of the other ones, it doesn't stand out in any way. There's some little bit of forces. It would be for like a B&M 4 list, it would be pretty good. But for B&M invert, it's the worst B&M invert I've won on. Number 9 is Hershey Park's own Great Bear. Great Bear, I love how, maneuvers through the terrain, all that. But the ride's not the most forceful. Zero G roll, of course, was pretty good. The Helix before the actual drop, I guess, was okay. The vertical loop and Immelman really didn't give him any forces. I liked how they transitioned into the corkscrew. It looks cool and overall is decently forceful. But the ride is really short, and like the finale of the ride is not very good. Like after the corkscrew, it's just a slow turn into the brake run, like something you would do on Planet Coaster. But anyways, the ride's still good. It's still in my top 100 by easily, but it's not phenomenal or really good. But anyways, 8th is all the Batman clones except 2, to be exact. So I went on a lot of Batman the Ride clones. I went on 5, I think, like 4 or 5. I don't remember. But there's 2 that, I went on 6 Batman the Ride clones. But there's 2 specifically that are phenomenal. When I mean phenomenal, I mean phenomenal. That are gonna have their own specific places on this. So anyways, the Batman and the Ride clones are really, really forceful, but they're short. Like, almost every single element slaps. It's great. But then, that is ended. Like, there's really strong vertical loop, good zero G roll, and another strong, good vertical loop, which normally will have you gray out at least. And then there's a few turns, and then there's 2 really, really strong corkscrews, which of course are great. Anyways, let's get to 7th. 7th is Afterburn at Carowinds. Afterburn, I see a lot of people have it really high up. I don't understand the hype. It was one of my first B&M inverts. I think, to be exact, my second. And I thought it was pretty good back then. But then when I've probably reread it like 3 times since my first time. I've went to Carowinds like 3 times. And it's just not impressed me. Like all my rewrites were after I went on other better B&M inverts. And a majority of B&M inverts are better than this. Afterburn, the Batwing is really forceful. The rest of the ride, you could say, it isn't. Practically, I would say the entire ride is as forceful as Great Bear, but then there's the Batwing. So, and the Batwing's phenomenal, and I guess the final Helix is okay. So, that's really the only positive stuff I can say about it. But, but now let's get to 6th. 6th is Batman the Ride at Six Flags Over Georgia, which is not my favorite B&M invert, or not my favorite B&M invert Batman clone, but it is still really good. The vertical loops, corkscrews, zero G roll, and Helix is all hit even better on this ride. but I would say that the ride is. Whereas we're still at short because it's still at one of the other Batman the Ride clones, but it just has stronger forces, I would say. So I can't really add too much there. But anyways, fifth is Raptor at Cedar Point. Raptor, good ride. I think people overrated it a little bit, but also I see a lot of people hating on it, so I don't really know if it's overrated or underrated. But the ride is really good. It has a little bit of a rattle, but the all the inversions have very good force. The helixes are pretty forceful. The corkscrews are pretty forceful. The Cobra Roll is a little bit uncomfortable, and another B&M invert has a superior one. But the ride is also very long, has a good finale. Overall, the overall Raptor is very good. It's nothing phenomenal, but it is probably like around my 50th place in my top, ranking every coaster I've went on. So it's a good ride. I would say I have to say it's a good ride. But anyways, let's now get to Force. Force is Alpengeist. That was the ride I was talking about when I said, about the Cobra Roll. Because Alpengeist has one of the best Cobra Rolls I think I've ever experienced. Actually, I would say, without a doubt, the best. The thing is so jarring and, abrupt and in the good way. It whips you to the side so quickly, it's not even funny. And I really just like the ride for that. It runs through that Cobra Roll so fast, it's not even funny. And the Cobra Roll is giant. You have to, you do have to have it braced for the Cobra Roll, but still, that Cobra Roll is so forceful, I don't care if I have to brace for it a little bit. But anyways, let's get to the other Batman the Ride clone, which is in third, La Vampire, or, La Vampire, at La Ronde. This ride, a morning ride, was by far better than Batman Over Georgia or any other Batman the Ride clone. It was probably 2 times more forceful than anything Batman Over Georgia could ever think of even doing. And it was a morning ride on a, I guess, kind of hot day, but it was a morning ride still. The ride was only open for an hour probably at that point. So, I'm just impressed it was going that fast. And I have to say, it's my number one Batman the Ride clone overall. And it's just phenomenally good. Because there's a little bit of a dull, when it goes up after the first 3 inversions. With that, it's still really forceful. Even that, every other Batman the Ride clone is a tad bit dull right there after the 3 inversions. But on this ride, it's just full force the entire time. Then number 2. That is where we get into my top 20, or these two get into my top 25. So second is Banshee at Kings Island. Banshee, the second tallest B&M invert, if I am correct. It is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It has some great force with the dive loop, the drop, the full force pulls you down. I'm trying to think what else. The 0G roll is pretty decent. The pretzel knot? Yeah, the pretzel knot. It's phenomenal. Pretzel knot gives you so good forces. Some people say it has a little bit of rattle, which I didn't think so. And it could really compete with Montu if I got a back row ride. But I didn't. I got a middle ride. So it's up there with Montu, but I would say it's still not in the same league as Montu. But they're both still phenomenal. But number 1, this coaster is in my, wait, did I already say it? Number 1's Montu. Anyways, I think I spoiled that, but, my bad. But I think everyone knew it was Montu at this point, because, if you didn't think it was Montu, I don't know, I guess you might not know about coasters too much, because after there's Banshee, what else is there on the East Coast, or the, eastern side of America, that isn't Montu, that's left. Anyways, Montu, phenomenal. My first B&M invert, actually. Of course, I'm from Florida, so I go on all the time. And the ride has never disappointed me, to say the least. And night rides, the thing runs so fast it's not even funny. The vertical loop, even the Immelman's good, and it uses like trenches and stuff, which makes the ride even better. The first vertical loop being pretty good. Of course, zero G roll being phenomenal. The Immelman's okay. The Batwing, of course, phenomenal. Top 15 or top 10 elements of all time, I would say. And for sure for inversions. But anyways, then of course you want to make course brake run, but barely ever breaks your train. So when you dive down back into the next vertical loop, that's like so far down in that tunnel, is not even funny. The thing is so forceful, it's not even funny. And then the corkscrew, for the finale of the ride, is phenomenal too, because the thing's barely poking out of the ground. And even if it was not underground, it would still be a good corkscrew, which is just insane for something to be that be able to be that good. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and put down in the comments below what you thought. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.